have 4B4C hair. I have low density 4B4C hair. So y'all really not trying to see my hair texture. Y'all ready to take some notes? Alright, hey you guys, welcome to my channel. So if you are here, then we got something in common. We have something in common. Basically, you have lower density fine hair like I do, and you need some tips. So that's why I'm here. This video was actually requested. I can't remember who requested it clearly off the top of my head, but thank you for requesting this. It's just something I've never thought to do, but I'm not about to sit here and blab. I'm about to give you some pretty decent and kind of obvious tips. These are tips that I go by for my hair. So before we start this, let's just have an understanding that we are two different people. What works for me isn't like 100% that it's gonna work for you, but here we are. I'm just trying to help somebody out there. This may end up being a two-part video, you guys. Because there are a lot of things that I do and don't do when it comes to my hair. And of course, you guys, I always encourage dialogue in my comments. Help your fellow sisters out, help me out. If there is something that you love as far as product wise or technique wise or whatever it is, please put it down below. Also, if you just like this video and want more of what I'm saying, put it down below in the comments as well. Also, make sure you check the description box because I do have my favorite products when it comes to just my hair, and that goes with tools, hair care products. I will put those down below in the description box. First things first is when it comes to my hair, so hair that's lower density, my strands aren't super thick and I don't have like a whole bunch of them. Let's talk about heat. For a while within the natural hair community, everyone was like, oh no heat. And even I was like this. I was like, no, I only straighten my hair once a year or maybe twice a year. I had done that for years. I did not blow dry. I did not flat iron, none of that kind of stuff. But it just started to, especially now, just not fit like my lifestyle or just like what I wanted basically. So since we've moved up here to Connecticut and I'm on the East Coast, less humidity, I could definitely get away with wearing my hair straighter for a longer amount of time. Back at home in Houston, I was not doing it because it'd be a waste of my time. So that was another reason why I went so long without putting heat in my hair, especially straightening it, because it was pointless to do so. You step outside and the humidity got you like that and you looking like Don King, you know, just looking absolutely ridiculous. Heat is not the enemy, but you still have to be careful with it like anyone else. Here's the thing, you've got to kind of pick one or the other when it comes to heat. For instance, like my last video, I blow dried my hair on high heat. I flat ironed it on lower heat instead of doing high heat. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of a balance. You don't need those super thin sections, especially when you're flat ironing your hair. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest in this video, our hair is already a little on the thinner side, you know what I mean? On the finer, it's a little lower density side. The last thing we need is to make it look even more thin. Another thing you can also do is air dry your hair and then flat iron your hair to balance that out. Or maybe you blow dry your hair and then put your hair in Bantu knots or heatless curls. You see what I'm saying? So it's not heat coming at you from both ways. As far as daily care, I try not to weigh my hair down so much. The more I weigh it down, the less volume and it's just gonna look thin, which is what I just don't want. I try and go again one or the other. Typically my oils are where I have the weight in my hair. I try to use light products. I will put the products that I use down below. I don't really use too many, especially right now, but I try and use heavier oils on my scalp, and not daily, of course, maybe a couple times a week, and then lighter creams and products, that kind of thing. You also have to keep in mind, I may be different from you because I don't really fool with my hair a lot. So if you're doing wash and goes, if you're doing twist outs, braid outs, all that kind of stuff, this probably doesn't apply to you. And that's one of those things when I'm saying you kind of have to take a little bit from everyone and apply it to your hair. So I basically just do one or the other. It's been working for me. I think something you have to wrap your head around, especially with just having natural hair, is Just because you're adding more product and heavier products doesn't mean your hair is even more moisturized or hydrated than someone who doesn't look like they have a lot of product in your hair. Someone can have a whole crap load of products in their hair. It may look good, but if you touch it, if you feel it, it's probably hard, stiff, a little bit rough, versus the person whose hair feels soft, it feels hydrated, but doesn't really look like there's much in it. Another thing I can say is I had to really think about what my hair needed more of. Did it need more protein, or did it need more like moisture, and finding a good balance there. So in the beginning of my journey, I basically felt like I was just protein. I felt like that's what people stress so much was protein in the natural hair. Isaiah is literally screaming. In the natural hair community, was just like, protein, are you protein sensitive? Do you need more protein? That's all you heard. And I was like, do I put eggs in my hair? Just like a lot. I remember just feeling bombarded with like, maybe my hair is not getting enough protein. Maybe it's not. It was just a lot. And then I kind of was just like, I don't think this is working for me. I just don't think this is like the route I need to go. So now, especially when it comes to my deep conditioners, I try my best to find one that has a good balance of both protein, moisture balance. And if it doesn't, then you guys, I try my best to always lean more towards moisturizing products when it comes to deep conditioners, because I feel like my hair needs that more than anything. Probably by next wash day, I'll probably do a really good protein treatment. And to be honest, I think I'm gonna go back to that Alpha G, you know, like the one back in the day. Mama used to use this on our head that made your hair hard, it stank, it was just like not good. I may try that one again. I'm not cooking up nothing in the kitchen. I'm not mixing nothing up. I'm not going to the grocery store and buying things. If that's what you wanna do, go for it. You just have to figure out what does your hair need more and really kind of listen to it. Another thing I don't do is wear my hair down a lot. I don't wear my hair down a lot for a couple of reasons. The first reason being is I didn't like how my hair came out whenever I would flat iron it. But the main reason why I don't wear my hair down often is basically because I don't like my hair rubbing up against stuff. I don't like it rubbing up against my shirts. I don't like it rubbing up against the couch. I would wear it down. Don't get me wrong. I wear my hair down if I'm going out, we're going to dinner, something's happening. Like tomorrow's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, you guys. Happy Mother's Day to you. And I feel like when your hair is constantly rubbing up against things, so you have it down right here on your shoulders, the ends are constantly rubbing up against your shirt, your back, it's just drying it out. That moisture is being sucked from your hair. It's gonna dry out your hair and it may end up causing breakage. I feel like that's been one of my biggest takeaways, one of the best things for me, and something that's so small, yet I feel like it's done wonders for my hair. I will say, if you're gonna wear your hair down more often than not, make sure you are aware of what you're wearing, you know, and how long you're wearing it down and how often you're wearing it down as well. And with that being said, you have to make sure you are doing the necessary steps when it comes to hair care. Basically just making sure your ends are hydrated, they're always clipped. You have to really be more, I feel like, more aware when you're wearing your hair down versus kind of wearing it up. I mean, everything has its pros and cons, but that's just me. So when it comes to daily care, really this is with anyone in any hair texture, something is better than nothing. Doing some kind of daily hair care or every other day, because let's just be honest, I don't even do stuff every single day, is so necessary and it's so helpful. And it doesn't have to be as complicated as you may think it does. It could be light massages on your hairline with a little bit of oil. It could be just adding a little bit of moisturizing product to your ends or your hairline. It doesn't have to be so complicated. It's kind of like weight loss. Basically, that's how I think of it, as weight loss. It's kind of like you're doing these things every single day, and eventually you don't see the impact of what you're doing, you know, right away. over the weeks and the months, if you're doing things right, you should see a difference. Some people can do that. Let me just be one of those people. That happens with my nails. You guys ask me a lot when it comes to my nails. What do I do to my nails, my routine, and what products that I use? I don't use anything. Absolutely nothing. Don't even think twice about them. They just grow. And some people with their hair is just going to grow. But y'all not ready to talk about that genetics conversation. So these two other things kind of go hand in hand. The first one is basically just being open to experimenting. You have to be open to experimenting with different things. This comes to protective styling, your daily hair care routine, your weekly and your monthly routine. You have to be open with experimenting with different techniques, products. You can't stay doing the same thing when you're not getting the results that you want. And that's another reason why I ended up now using a little bit more heat than I have ever used. You're not gonna know what works and doesn't work if you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. Another thing is you can't expect to have healthy hair without even doing the basic needs of your hair. I know some people sit there and say my hair is not growing. Your hair is growing. It's just that you're not retaining your length. You gotta at least do the bare minimum. You know what I mean? If you can't even do the basic needs of your hair, which is moisturizing it, keeping it free of tangles and knots, making sure your scalp is clean, making sure your hair is hydrated. Scalp massages, those to me are really basic things that you could do. Even deep conditioning is another one, because I only deep condition twice a month. So if you can't even do those basic things, I mean, you kind of have to reevaluate like your hair goals. You have to reevaluate those. Another obvious tip, you guys, and I feel like I say this so much, is learning to be gentle with your hair. When you have low density, super fine strands, you have to just be a little bit more gentle than what the other person is doing. And then if you have tighter coils and curls like I do, it's even like you have to be even more gentle. I can't afford to lose any more strands. I can't afford to lose the strands that I already have. I need all the strands I can get. I try not to, even when it comes to wash days or just detangling my hair, if I am tired, if I don't feel like it, if I'm grumpy, if I'm hungry, I'm just not in the mind frame to take my time with my hair, I don't do it. I have learned to just be like, just stay away, because I'm gonna end up ripping out so much hair and causing more damage. I try to make my wash day process or whatever I'm doing with my hair kind of on the more relaxing side. So because my hair is lower density, fine, my edges are as well. You can really see when I've been doing the most with it and when I haven't been doing the most with it. Right now, my hairline is really full, and what's really full for me may not be really full for someone else. So let's just keep that in mind as well, because I've laid off my wigs, I've laid off just a lot of things. I've been trying my best not to wear as many hats as well. I love wigs, you know what I mean? I love wigs. They have really helped the rest of my hair thrive, but they can, with too much, because too much of anything is never good, they've caused thinning on my hairline. And I have seen this with other people as well. It's just not me. It's just, I feel like people just don't want to say it, but I'm still wearing them. You just have to know like everything in moderation. So when it comes to my hairline, I'm very easy on it. I only use one type of edge brush, and they're the even edge brushes. I love those. They don't take out my hair. I have been to the beauty supply store. I've gotten those other brushes off of Amazon and this and that. And they're hard. Like, y'all gotta be careful with using these hard edge brushes. I love the even ones, and I love the comb on those as well. I'll put those down below. So this is really for those who are really struggling to grow back their hairline. If it's super thin, it is sparse, you have to be uncomfortable for a minute. You're gonna have to be uncomfortable. Meaning, if you're used to slicking down those edges and laying them and all that kind of stuff, you're gonna have to get used to they just doing what they gonna do with just a little bit of oil, a little bit of moisturizer. If that don't work, then oh well. That's not the most comfortable thing to say. I feel like with us as Black women, this like, oh, our edge is laid. It's just like, they don't always have to be laid. They just don't. Find other products that's gonna give you the same result without having all the probably the drying aspects of these gels that they have in them, the alcohols and things like that. Try something different. And also know, you guys, your hairline is your hairline. It may be hereditary. it just kind of is what it is. Look at your parents, look at your grandparents. Like, all that plays a huge role in how you are made up. I just feel like so many of us are walking around thinking, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong with our texture, our density, or whatever? And it's not us. It's just not us. You could be doing everything right. This is just how you're made up. This is just how God created you. But you have to end up loving how you look naturally. I'm not saying that because everyone in your family's hair never grew past their shoulders, that means your hair will never grow past your shoulders, because it's genetics. That's not what I'm saying. Because everyone else probably did not take care of it, or maybe they just didn't know their, their potential. You can just be that change in your family, basically what I'm trying to say. I think that's it for now, you guys. I'm gonna close out the video right here. I hope this was helpful. So this will end up being a 2-part video because I don't want to make it too long, because I kind of have a lot to say on this subject. So let's just call this part 1, back probably Wednesday with the follow-up. Just making sure I hit all those points. I'm going to do my daily hair care routine for you guys. I just want to be as thorough as possible. So hope you enjoyed our little talk. Let me know if you have any questions or comments, you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.